So who better than to lead this story, this saga, this franchise than George Lucas? But the fans chased him away. We, as the fans, are responsible for what has happened to this franchise because we kept fucking with this man. And then he sold it to the devil. And now they're just all over the place with this beloved franchise. So I'm making this video first thing in the morning. I know I sound like I just woke up. I look like I just woke up. That's because I just woke up. I was going to do this video last night, but I don't have good lighting at night. So I said, fuck it, I'll just do it this morning. So, new trailer for Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker dropped. By the way, man, I'm just freestyling this right now, so I don't know where I'm going to go with this video. I might ramble for a long time, so if you click off, I totally get it. I'm just venting in front of the camera right now. I saw the trailer for Rise of Skywalker, and like many Star Wars fans, I was ecstatic. You know, just when you see the title Star Wars, when you hear certain themes, when you see certain characters, for me, as a lifelong Star Wars fan, the nostalgia, it grips me every time. My first memory that I can remember was going to see Return of the Jedi. I was like 3 years old, and I remember that shit. Star Wars always has a special place in my heart. But see, Disney knows this. So after I watched the trailer, I wanted to see what other people thought about it. And the first person I clicked on was Jody's Corner, one of my favorite channels. And I know a lot of people, especially diehard Star Wars fans, are going to give Jody a lot of shit for his opinions. But he did say a lot of real shit, okay? That's one thing I like about Jody's channel. Jody keeps it real no matter what. So if everybody's saying, you know, sucking somebody else off, you know, he's going to be like, nah, that shit's corny. I'm not doing that. But he did make some interesting points. And like I said, Disney knows the Star Wars fans' heart. They know how to tug at our heartstrings. So now I'm thinking to myself, should I be nervous about this? Should I be worried about this? And then I saw a couple of videos about how they had to reshoot 75% of the movie. Yes, they shot like 8 different endings. Disney couldn't decide which ending to go with. Okay, should we go for fan service or should we go with J.J. Abrams' vision for this movie? Because at the end of the day, we want to give the Star Wars fans what they want. But I think, now this is just my personal opinion, I think this is where Star Wars really lost its way by trying to please all the Star Wars fans. Yes, at the end of the day, we're paying to see these movies. We're paying, you know, we invested a lot of time and money into these films. But at the same time, you know, even as fans, sometimes we don't know what's best for us, okay? And when you try to please everybody, you end up with a jumbled mess. Now, in the case of Last Jedi tried to be too different. And at the time when Last Jedi came out, yes, I gave it an A+. I praised it. It was like the greatest thing since Jesus walked on water. I got Phantom Menaced. When I watched it again, I realized this movie's not too good. So now, Disney says, okay, let's bring it back to what the fans love. Let's give them Star Wars and bring back J.J. Abrams. And I think too much fan service can hurt a film. So am I nervous about Rise of Skywalker? Yes. This is the last of the Skywalker saga, which has me emotional because I know Star Wars is going to go on. This is the last of the shit that I grew up on. I grew up on the Skywalker saga. Okay, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. To me, I think it probably should have stopped right there after Return of the Jedi. Lucas comes with the prequels. Say what you want about the prequels. They did have enjoyment in them. I did enjoy the prequels for what they were. Not the best, not as good as the original trilogy, but I did enjoy the prequels as they were, man. And now, fast forward years later, 2015, we have a new trilogy. Of course, we're going to be like, a new Star Wars trilogy? Yay! But no George Lucas. Oh. George Lucas is probably laughing his ass off right now. He's probably saying, you know what? Since you fans want to give me so much shit about my special editions, about my prequels, you know what? Fuck y'all. Let's see if Disney can do better. And they didn't. Force Awakens was all nostalgia. Oh, that's all it was. It was a remake of A New Hope. I did enjoy Force Awakens, but it was just New Hope. It was fan service. Last Jedi comes out. because I'm still on the high. I need my Star Wars fix. And Last Jedi, I thought, gave me that. But not knowing it was all Ajax and no heroin. The high came down real easily, real quickly. Now, the Rise of Skywalker. Disney does not know what to do with this franchise. Let's just keep it real, y'all. Kathleen Kennedy, Disney, right now they are the juggernaut, they are it in the movie industry, but they don't know what to do with Star Wars. They know what to do with the MCU, but they don't know what to do with the Force. This is where Lucas is missing. Say what you want about George Lucas. When he did that original trilogy, he had a clear vision of what he wanted the whole story to be. I'm talking about episodes 4, 5, and 6. Now, you're talking about the prequels and the episodes 1 through 6 being a whole, that's up for debate. But you cannot deny that original trilogy, Lucas knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to make a children's sci-fi adventure, and he did that. And that's why those 3 films are masterpieces. Disney they took that franchise, that personal project that has so much heart, so much soul, and that's what resonated with people, and you put it in the hands of many. All these cooks, all these script writers, these directors, you know what I'm saying? There's too many hands into the pot, and it takes away from the soul of Star Wars. Right now, we're seeing a shell. We're seeing what we remembered and loved, but the soul is not there. I was talking to my man Q Reviews last night. We was messaging each other, and I said, this shit has become like that old girlfriend that your first love, your first piece of ass, the first person that made you really feel like you loved her. But then fast forward years later, you realize that she ain't about shit. But when you see her again, those feelings come up and you still end up fucking with her. This is what Star Wars has become. It is what it is. I still love the franchise. I mean, I might get some thumbs down on this shit. Even if you watch it to the end, thank you. But, I'm speaking as a fan. I am a fan. I had the action figures. I had the X-Wing fighter. I had, I had the toys. I had the fucking, the record, man. I had the Empire Strikes Back record with Yoda on the vinyl record, goddammit. I bought the Phantom Menace CD. I am a lifelong Star Wars fan. I even sat through the holiday special, goddammit. But there comes a time where a fan has to keep it real. This franchise has lost its flavor. And I will agree with Jody on that one. I disagree with a lot of shit that Jody says, but I will agree with him on this one. This franchise has lost its flavor. And this is the end of Skywalker. I'm excited for The Mandalorian. I'm curious to see what other stories they have, because this is a galaxy far, far away. So big ass galaxy. There's gotta be way more Star Wars stories to tell. But it's just something about the Force, Skywalker, Darth Vader, the droids. When C-3PO says, "I just want to see my friends," they kill 3PO, I'm gonna lose it. Lando's back, Chewie. Listen, y'all. I'm going to set my expectations low for Rise of Skywalker. My daughter even wants to see it, so this is something me and my daughter can share together. But y'all, look, man. Is it time for us to just let go? Is it time for just the Star Wars fans to just say, well, at least the old school fans, there are some new generation fans that love this shit to death. And, hey, God bless you. But as far as me, that goes all the way back to 1980. I don't know, maybe time to let go. I saw that video with Freddie Prinze Jr. when he said that, this is a kid's franchise. These are kids' films, and adults are arguing and getting mad over it and getting their panties in a bunch. And I'm like, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, Star Wars is a franchise geared towards children, which explains all the toys, the merch, the comic books. This is a children's franchise. I'm a 40-year-old man, and it just... like, Star Wars is like, like McDonald's and Michael Jackson, man. It's just something about those things that just resonates with children. So when it comes to Star Wars, I'm a big kid at heart. Is it time to let go? We'll see after Rise of Skywalker, y'all. If they had to shoot 75% of this movie over again, that means we're going to get another Justice League type deal. And I did like Justice League, but I will admit that it was a mess. It was a jumbled mess, but it's a guilty pleasure. Star Wars has no business being a guilty pleasure at all. It's supposed to be epic. Even the weakest Star Wars film, which many consider to be Attack of the Clones, I enjoyed it. Only one I really hated was Solo. That's the only Star Wars movie I absolutely hated was Solo. But I feel like if it keeps going in this direction, yeah, they're going to lose a lot of old fans. Now, as far as the new generation fans, they might still be in it. But as far as the old school cats like myself, like my older brother was the one that put me onto this when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It might be time to let go. So anyways, to y'all that give a fuck about what I say, that's my 2 cents. I'm going on 10 minutes now. So y'all probably going to click off after about 4 minutes, but fuck it. I had to say my truth, y'all. So anyways, what are your thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker trailer? Do you think this shit's going to be hot? Do you think that, you know, Star Wars is dead, is done? George Lucas was right. You know, he gave up his baby, and now these motherfuckers don't know what to do with it. I'm open for George Lucas returning to this universe, and because this is his creation. So who better than to lead this story, this saga, this franchise than George Lucas? But the fans chased him away. The fans chased George Lucas away. It's our fault we did this to him. Because George is a sensitive motherfucker. I get it. I mean, if this is something I created and the fans kept giving me shit, I probably would do the same thing. We did this shit. So we as the fans are responsible for what has happened to this franchise because we kept fucking with this man. And then he sold it to the devil. And now they're just all over the place with this beloved franchise. And knowing that they don't know what to do with it, they just say, okay, let's just throw in nostalgia to tug at the heartstrings and make them feel all warm inside, and that's how we get them. And that's what Jody's trying to say, and that's what I don't want to fall for anymore. I'm not, you know, look, that's all I got to say, y'all. What's your thoughts on Rise of Skywalker? Do you think this shit's going to be hot? Do you think it's going to be trash? Comment freely below. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.